Good morning and welcome to SlimChat. Almost forgot the name, and it's number 61. Can you believe I actually remembered not just this one, but Slimming World Rocks and Crochet Rocks Chat numbers? It has to be an absolute first that I remembered them. Not just one, but both. Wow. I'm actually kind of a bit spun. As my son would have said back in the day. I'm really spun out, man. Anyway, put some hand cream on. Trying to get rid of these. I've got these like little kind of sores. They're not sores, but they're just bits of hard skin. And I know it's caused by all the sanitizer. And funny enough, I was talking to Victoria yesterday, and she has the same thing on her thumb, in exactly the same place. And I think it's sanitizer. So trying to slather on. This one's the one with cocoa butter as well. So I've got several dotted all over the place. One in my handbag, which is a Kath Kidston one. And just seeing if I can improve these areas, which I'm just hoping it's not there for good now. So it doesn't, it's a bit kind of looks permanent. Don't want it to be permanent, obviously. Anyway. So yeah, had a nice visit yesterday. Saw Harley, it was kind of cute. We went shopping to Home Bargains. That's not too far away. If we'd have thought about shopping earlier, we maybe could have gone to the outlet centre where they have all my favourite kind of shops like Guess. But probably good that I didn't. As it was, I spent enough money. Paul fancied a protein shake, so I bought him one. But I didn't really buy much for us. But apparently this is really, really good stuff. Victoria said it's like having a Chinese curry. I do like a Chinese curry. They're different from an Indian curry or Thai curry. They taste completely different. And I love them. So this is just called chicken curry recipe. On the back you can make one with their recipe. It's a 2-minute simmer, suitable for vegetarians, and it's just called Mayflower Chinese style medium curry mix. And I have on my phone, on my Slimming World app, now got the barcode scanner, which is so easy now. So all I do is, like, if you haven't seen it already, it's like a little thingy there, one of those Q doodah readers. You pop that and just hang it over the barcode, and it tells you. It's not sin free. It is sinny. It's got 4 sins per serving. So if you're going to make a curry and everything you're putting in it has no sin value, then your meal will be just 4 sins, which isn't too sad for a really nice tasty curry. But I've yet to try it, but I'm taking her word for it that it tastes just like a curry from the Chinese. So we'll give it a try. And I'm sure I know someone else who's tried that and has said it's absolutely lovely. And so yeah, we will give it a go. And coconut milk is basically all I bought food wise. Oh, and some skips, which are only 3.5 sins per bag, but a nice little snack bag. And I knew from looking yesterday how many bags we had left for Gary's packed lunches, and we didn't really have much. A couple of bags of Pom Bears, which are also very low, and a few skips and 1 bag of Quavers. So I figured, I'll get another bag, last him until he finishes his shifts. So yeah, this hand cream, although it does make you feel like you've got greasy residue on your hand, but I really wanted something that was a little bit heavier to try and get rid of this, and then with cocoa butter in it as well. It's good for the skin, so I figured it might work. I'm going to start filing this bit of skin as well, try and get rid of that. It's really weird. It's got this really weird vibe to it. Don't like it. I think it is getting better though, because the one this side has gone. It's just this one and this bit, which was a little bit on the deeper side. So I'm just going to have to keep kind of insisting They call it insisting, which is a bit strange, but yeah, insist that area. How weird. So yes, I did have a bit of birthday cake. It was only a birthday cupcake and it was absolutely yummy. He did have a big birthday cake, which was this tall, and a slice of that would have been mega. So, and it did look nice, had jam in it as well, just how I like it. But he also had these little cupcakes and they had Superman on and they're really nice looking. So he didn't really want to part with any of his cupcakes, but he let me have one and then let Gemma have one. So he ended up with 4 of them. But it was really nice, actually. The icing was actually good, you know, and sometimes you get that bit of icing on top that's just tastes a bit, oh, that's all right, man. Put it to one side, but it actually had flavour. It was really nice. So yeah, I didn't have crazy amounts, but I did try a McVitie's Jaffa biscuit, and I tried a hazelnut caramel one. And years ago, they used to make these McVitie's caramel biscuits where you had a layer of caramel and then a layer of chocolate. They were absolutely gorgeous, and they brought them back. But this time they've brought Jaffa and hazelnut. So I thought, never had those before, so I tried those. So they were naughty. They would have had a couple of sins each, I would have thought, maybe even more. So I kind of had a few sins. But my actual dinner was gammon ham, new potatoes, broccoli and corn, and had no sins whatsoever. So it didn't really matter. Not like I had a crazy amount. On the way there, however, we stopped at Morrison's and I did have a sandwich, and it was nice. But I chose granary bread, so I wasn't unhealthy, and it was chicken and mayo. So it wasn't the worst sandwich that I could have possibly had. So yeah, and I had some what are they called? Pop chips. They're cool. I like them. I got onto those when I was doing gluten-free. I was told by the doctor to abstain from eating all gluten. Turns out that it's actually dairy. But I'm not sure if anything in gluten affects me. But so, because I always wondered why I would seem fine if I ate certain things, but not others. And I think it's because they actually got it wrong. It's milk. It's actually milk that I'm allergic to. So, what was I saying? Kind of lost my thread there. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, when I was doing gluten-free, I got somebody turned me on to these pop chips when I was at work. I used to work for social services in the complaints department, and one of the girls was eating them, and they looked kind of. I said, "What are those?" And she said, "These are called pop chips. You can have these." So when I went out for lunch, I did buy a bag because they weren't high in calories either. So they have 2 flavours that I liked. One was kind of sour cream and chive, I think, and the other one was barbecue. Both nice. So they had a meal deal going on where you get a drink and a sandwich and a packet of crisps. So I did have the meal deal. So I guess all in all, I probably had all of my sins. I don't think I went over. If I did, it wouldn't be by much. Although possibly with the cupcake, who knows what's in that. But I'm really impressed, but jumping off the subject, I'm really impressed with the barcode scanner. That's actually pretty good. I looked at this and it came up, which is Home Bargains, an obscure brand if you like. It's more prominent now, I guess. It's been around for a year or so, maybe 2. All over the country, I mean. It's probably been around in some places a lot longer. But I did try the coconut milk and it come up, this item's not found, but there will be equivalents in the database. So it's not, and it will take time, I guess, for them to build up more and more and more. But it's handy now when I'm shopping. I used to Gary would say, can I have this? And I would get the app out and I'd search for that item by keying in the whole name. And then sometimes when you get maybe, for instance, like a packet of crisps, and you would look it up, you'd have to look at the pack size, because sometimes it'd say, oh, it's 7 sins, but that's a 175 gram bag. But they didn't have listed the bag that you've got in front of you, which might have been 125. So this time you can just pop the barcode on and it should tell you if that product's in the database. And I think, you know, because they've got that now, they'll add more and more and more, which can only be good. So yeah, and then once it comes up, say for argument's sake, if I look that up again, if I want to, it gives me the option to add that straight into the planner. You know, one portion, it's asking me if I want to put it in for breakfast, but you wouldn't. You could just change that, and then you, if you wanted to, you could just whack that straight into the planner. It's cool, isn't it? I'm quite impressed. It's about time they updated it a little bit. I wonder why they changed their app, because it didn't seem that they did anything new, but they changed the whole app. And obviously they were getting ready for the new stuff to come in. So sadly, I was so tired last night when I got in. I was a bit of a limp lettuce, just sat in front of the TV, caught up on a little bit, and I found myself doing this. And I was so tired. I went to bed really mega early and I was too tired to make overnight oats. So I thought, no, in my tiredness, we'll have a toastie tomorrow. And now I'm wishing that I just pushed myself that little bit, made overnight oats, and so I wouldn't have to make a toastie. But I suppose it's good to have a bit of variety. We have Edam, so it will kind of be healthy A, healthy B box, so it won't like push sins or anything. But you know, I'm now wishing I had my overnight oats to eat, but I don't. Man, I was so tired I could barely keep my eyes open, and I went to bed and straight away my eyes were open. I thought, oh, here we go. So I texted Gary for a little while and then I stopped texting so he knew I'd gone to sleep. But I just couldn't sit in the living room. I did promise that I would do a live stream yesterday, so I do apologise for anyone who was waiting for that. And I'd put it on Facebook as well, on one of the new groups that I'm in, and I didn't do it, so I feel really bad. But I just couldn't. You would have just been looking at this person like a zombie, just sitting there. But I couldn't even watch TV. I couldn't crochet. Couldn't concentrate on anything. You know, in those your neck feels like it does not want to support your head, and that's how I felt. So I just took myself off to bed. And good night's sleep though. Woke up, I suppose, 7:30, 7:45, something like that. So that was a real good sleep. By the time I got off, must have been about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So it was a really good sleep for me anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to get off and make Gary a cup of tea, who I know he's awake because I heard him playing music. So thank you for watching. Stay safe. Infection rates in this country have shot up and everything's starting to take a backwards turn. So wherever you are, make sure that you watch out, you stay safe, and across the pond to Puddle, all over the world. Stay safe. Bye for now, everyone.